Hi there, welcome to my series of Linux solutions from HackerRank. So this one will be around some arithmetic operations, which is a very usual one. We have studied this at school, but here we're learning how to implement it in a bash script for Linux specifically. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I really encourage you to go back and start building that foundation in your Linux skills. Some of these problems are so silly and simple, but trust me, you really want to build that confidence that you can do this and you understand this. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. And if you're returning, welcome back. So let's get this one done. I'll start with the HackerRank, then I'll show you the terminal and we'll kick this one out of the park very easily. I've got HackerRank open on the screen and you can see that this one is called comparing numbers. So we will be receiving two numbers from the user, X and Y, and then we will compare them, and then we will print a message that says X is greater than Y, X is smaller than Y, or they are equal, or some sort of message like that. So let's see how to do this. Given two integers X and Y, identify whether X is less than Y, X is greater than Y, or they are equal. Exactly one of the following lines. So we want to really print exactly these three options given what the status of X and Y is. So the input format will be two lines including X and Y, and then the output will be either one of these three messages. So here is an example. If X is 5 and Y is 2, the expected output is that X is greater than Y. I'll start solving this on a terminal. Let me show it to you. Because I am running on a Mac Studio, so my operating system is Macintosh. If you're on Windows, go ahead and open a Windows PowerShell. Otherwise, terminal will do the job. So what we're going to do today is first learn how to accept input from the user. For us to be able to do that, we need to use the read command. The read command tells the user that I will be waiting for your input. But once you give me the input, I'm going to place it in X. So whatever the user gives me, I'll put it in X. And if you ask me about X later, I can tell you what it is. So if I press enter and then I press 5 and enter, each time if I ask what is X, I will get 5 on the terminal. So if you haven't seen my video on the echo function, the link is up the top right. I'm not going to be getting just one value. I'll be getting X and Y. You may ask, how do we get two inputs from the user? Well, you can do this by asking read X, putting a semicolon, and putting read Y, and putting a semicolon. It's not mandatory. So if you press yes, if you press enter, you will be asked to enter X. So X can be 6 and Y can be 3. And if you ask what is Y, you will get 3 printed on the screen. So let me clear my screen. So for this one, I have shown you how to receive an input from the user using the read function. Now, for me to be able to compare two values, I will need an if statement. So there will be multiple conditions, if, elif, else, and then closing. But something for you to consider is that we start if condition in a bash script with if. Surprise, surprise. So if you say if something, then you press enter, you will still be within that if. So you say, if X is greater than Y, then do something. And if you press enter again, you can still be in the if. And then if you go to the next one and you say elif, it's not going to really work because I haven't really completed if to go into elif. But you can understand now that you go if, and then once you complete if, you go to elif, and then you go elif then, and then you can go down and close it. What is really important here for you to remember is how to construct this type of if and elif, which I will be doing right now for you. Let me clear the screen, and I will just remind you that we have a value of X, which is 6 here, and we have a value of Y, which is 3 here. So I am off to a good start. Clear the screen again, and let's start fresh with the if statement. So the first condition is if what I have, which is X, is less than, so that dash LT is less than. So if X is less than Y, which I am writing like that with a $sign, because $sign then allows me to refer to the X that we know and to the Y that we know. So if that's the case, put a semicolon and use the word then. So if that's the situation, then maybe I'll just add a space there. So I'll press enter. You will see that now I've got then pending there, waiting for me to go ahead and continue with my conditions. Maybe I'll do a bit of zooming in, so that might be a bit more helpful for the viewer. So if that's the case, then what are you gonna say? Well, I think I'll be saying, and echo is my print function, right? X is less than Y. So my message will be X is less than Y. I just need to make sure this is exactly what HackerRank was asking me. All right, so if that's happening, then this is a message. Press enter, and now I have done the comparison if X is less than. Next one will be elif $X, and now I need to do the greater than. So less than was LT, greater than will be GT. So greater than $Y, semicolon, then I will press enter. Now you will see that I've got a new kind of line starter, which is elif then, which makes me understand that I am in the second condition. All I want to echo is X is greater than Y. I will make sure these are exactly the messages that HackerRank wanted me to print. So I will do that check finally. And once all is done and dusted, all I need to do is to press enter and go else. So else is my final condition. I will press enter. And now you can see that I am living in the world of else now. So, okay, if X is not greater than Y, and if X is not less than Y, then they are equal. So I will echo X is equal to Y. Let me just double check the messaging from HackerRank, make sure those messages are exactly right. Okay, I'm just comparing this message, X is less than Y, just making sure that's correct. Yep, it is. X is greater than Y, and it is correct. And X is equal to Y. X is equal to Y. So that is brilliant. That is correct. And now you may ask, hey, Amir, how do we close this? Because in Bash scripting, once you open something, you normally close it, and if statements are not an exception. For us to close this, it is a very funny one. I always find it really funny that if you are starting with if as an if, you close it with fi, which is very funny to me because if starts and fi ends this. So let's run this and see which of these messages will print on the screen. And you can see that the message that is printed here is X is greater than Y. So I can say, ta-da, that was correct. All I need to do now is to paste this code into HackerRank. But before I do that, just bear with me. I'm going to show you how to make this code reproducible, because now if I close this terminal, it is gone. I haven't saved this file. So let me clear the screen, and let me quickly show you that there is not a bash script existing under this name in my computer. Here I am in the exact folder that I am just showing you. There is no file here, and I will create a file and you will see that it will pop here. So let me leave this window on the side. It will move behind my terminal, which is fine. All I need to do is to call nano as the text editor. I need to give my file, which it doesn't exist yet, I need to give it a name. I'll call it just number 6 comparing numbers.sh because it's a bash script. When I press enter, that will give me an editor environment. So everything that I did do in terminal, I will do it right here. Read X, read Y. I'll just do it quickly. If X less than Y, then press enter. What I want you to do is echo X is less than Y. Elif X greater than Y, then X is greater than Y. And else echo X is equal to Y. And I need to close this. So the beauty of this is that it is reproducible. Imagine this was a very good software that I just wanted to run again and again. If I save it, I can run it as many times as I want. So I'll press Control X, and I'm being asked, do you want to save this? I'll press Y, because that means yes, and then I'll press Enter, and I'll be out of nano. And now I can show it to you that this bash script file got created. So this is brilliant because now I can go ahead and execute that file by using /number6. And if I press tab, autocomplete will put the name of that file there, and I'll press enter. Now you can see that the cursor is waiting for my input. If I want to print x equals y, I will enter 99 for x and 99 for y, and you will see that x is equal to y. So if your file is not executable, just make sure you do chmod +x and the name of your file. It will convert your file from a bash script to an executable bash script. So mine was okay. I didn't have to do it. I just wanted to show you how to do it. So let me open the file and I will copy all the code into HackerRank and I will run the answer. So I'll use nano again and I will call this file and I will try to copy all of this. All right, here I am on HackerRank. Let me just paste the code here. I'll move my face to the side and I will run the code. Fingers crossed it will be fine. If not, we'll have to fix it. It says JT is an unary operator expected. I think I missed this X and I need to make it capital X. Let's run it again and just make sure that was the problem. So first test case is fine. Let's submit the code. Yeah, that was only because that X was a small letter, but everything else is very healthy. So I'll go back to my terminal and I'll make sure I fix that issue in my bash script as well. So if I do that, that has to be, and then Control X, Y, enter. So that should be all good for me to run. So if I do this, 66 and 56, you will see that X is greater than Y. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate comments, asking me questions, and really wanting to understand more about this. So feel free to put it in the comments, share it with your friends, and see you soon.